Hello. Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Here we are again.
Hey, that bug is still back.
The bug is still here, but you know what? We are bugs.
We're bugs.
We're actually gonna. You know what? That's foreshadowing. Because that's how we're going to end today's episode.
We're bugs.
A recognition that we are bugs, and that's okay.
That's tremendous.
Welcome back to Deep Dish from Carmen Line Studios, where two filmmakers deep dish on our favorite or most hated series.
Or just a series.
Any old series. I'm Kenny.
I'm D.
And we have made it.
Hey, we're finally.
Yeah, we are in the final episode. The finale.
Of Three Body Problem.
Three Body Problem.
Do you know what the episode's called?
Episode 8 called...
Wall Facer? Is that
The
what it's
Wall
called?
Facer. Yeah, that is what it's called.
Because I wasn't sure.
No, you're right. It is. It's called Wall Facer.
Okay. Do you know where that comes from? Is that from a thing?
It is, as they say in the episode, a term from Buddhism.
Right, they do say that in the episode.
And it refers to meditation or
I
something.
keep forgetting what they say.
Yeah, they say it meant one who meditates.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I guess.
Sure.
I was thinking
It's
like,
foreshadowing.
Socrates and the cave, or Plato in the cave,
Right.
right? It is like the Wall Facer. That's what I thought we were going for, and it's not that at all.
It's not that.
Yeah.
The allegory of the wall.
Yeah. Where they just see the shadows, but not the reality.
Allegory of the wall face.
Yeah. They had just faced a wall,
They
so
did,
it kind
yeah.
of made sense.
It makes
but
sense.
I was too smart for the show. Just too smart. We start with Saul is getting high
Oh, his character.
because he just finished a booty call,
Right.
a Saul booty call.
Saul booty call.
This chick is kind of picking up the vibes that this won't
wow.
be a long-term deal.
I totally forgot this scene even happened.
Yeah, that's how the show started. You forgot? We watched the show. That was less than an hour ago.
Yeah, and
God.
I completely forgot. Mm-hmm. So he's having a one-night stand.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she realizes, oh, this is a one-night stand. You don't remember my name. And he's like, of course I do, baby.
Yep.
And she's like, very nice, Saul.
Damn.
I know your name.
Damn.
Yeah. Just reinforcing Saul's a fucking playboy, not serious idiot.
I do want to say I like Saul's character a whole lot because he's flawed, and I really like flawed characters because they're
Yeah.
human.
Where was that in the other characters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially Augie.
Yeah,
Augie
no.
is flawless.
Kind of. Yeah. It was like she was like a morally pure
Right.
person.
Yeah, like 100% all the time.
Didn't like it.
No,
It's why Jack was likable.
because he was flawed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, I left science for the money.
Yeah. And so this is the first time that we see Saul like I want to say fully realized as a character,
Yeah.
but it's more character.
It's
than
funny.
we've
There
seen.
were many times in this episode where you and I were like, oh, this feels like an episode 1
Right.
or 2.
Right.
Like we're just starting a story.
Yeah.
That's bad.
I want to say that's because when in last episode we were talking about with the so you have characters and you have plot, they should be one of the same, but when they're not, it's usually because our characters don't have goals.
Yeah.
And in this episode, we find out that Saul is going to be a wall facer. Mm-hmm. If I'm not spoiling for the episode, I don't know.
10 minutes from now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
But like you said, there's a denial of the call.
Yeah.
There's a hero moment.
Like we have like an arc in this episode
Right.
for one of the characters, and it's almost the only arc we've had the whole show.
That's so crazy.
I know.
That's
It felt
so
like the show could have started today.
100%.
Yeah.
This is episode 1 of something else. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
We needed that on episode 1.
You know, that's that's probably why spoiler alert, this end feels shitty, is because this is an episode 1 moment
Yeah.
and they're like ending on episode 1.
Yeah.
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 So Nora,
Yep. No, we don't know her name yet.
sorry, girl,
Yeah, redhead.
redhead.
She a redhead.
It's an Irish person, right?
Yeah, probably. She's redheaded.
Like-
She's some fucking Irish chick, right?
Like Saul says.
Yeah. Anyway, she asks for an Uber, and they go for a walk to the street corner where she'll get picked up. And on the way, they're talking about the basically
Talking about the future of humanity,
Yeah, just kind of like how nothing matters.
right?
He's
Or
being-
he's being like a nihilist.
He's being extremely nihilistic and cynical.
yeah.
And she's like, yeah, what about us people who want a future? And it's really profound.
You don't sound enthused.
There wasn't much there.
There
That's
wasn't.
all, yeah.
There wasn't.
But the point is, they get to the street corner, and Saul gets knocked on his ass by some skateboarder punk. And if that didn't happen, he would have died, because 3 cars all combine to cause a chaotic moment, and redhead chick booty call gets
knocked over.
she gets smacked. Yeah, she hits the ground really hard. The initial camera shot of her on the floor is focused on her butt. If you want to know why that's funny to us, refer to previous episode, 2 episodes ago.
Yep, that's true. That's what happened.
Episode 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another ass shot.
Yeah.
Unnecessary. And she's dead. Have some respect. My God. And then Saul's like, oh, what happened? Oh, my God. And sees that she's dead. And then he goes, Nora.
Cut to credits.
Uh-huh.
Damn.
He knew her name.
He knew it.
He knew it.
He was just being an asshole.
He was just an asshole. Or he just needed her to die for it to be, come back in his memory. It's like, you're not significant until you're now that you're dead. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Well,
shit.
you see, he didn't know what he had until he lost it.
Oh, God, that's profound.
It's profound.
Oh, my God. I didn't even catch that. That's so deep. Thank you.
So deep, yeah.
Wow, I'm touched.
It's foreshadowing.
I'm retroactively inspired.
There's something I want to talk about
Yes.
with this episode.
Do go ahead.
And that's in the last few episodes, or the whole episodes, we've talked about character and plot and bad writing and all that.
A lot. We've talked about that a lot.
A lot. And in this one, I kind of want to focus, or at least for me, on how I felt during this whole episode.
Okay.
Which is interesting to me because like, if a show doesn't grab you, if it's not engaging enough, that means something along the lines of their writing or acting or whatever. It's just not good. It's just not working.
Yes.
And I felt so much more in the first maybe 5 minutes of this than the rest of the entire episode.
Ouch.
Yeah. I didn't feel anything for the last episode, the episode before this one. But this one is like, this is the last episode.
Yeah. Finale.
Yeah.
This is the one that's going to make us go, oh my God, I can't wait for season 2.
Exactly. Hey, don't swat the bug, man.
Sorry.
Those are us.
That's us. I respect you, Bug. So the next thing we know, Saul is in Clarence's office. Clarence is basically informs him that was actually a murder attempt on Saul.
Right. Says that all the cars were autonomous.
Yeah, the cars were autonomous. And that if he wasn't knocked over by the skateboarder, he'd be dead. And then he's like, by the way, put on these bulletproof pajamas and come with me. We're going on a trip.
Yeah.
And he's like, what?
And they tell him nothing, right? Like,
no, but first they fuck with his head by saying, like, what did you tell Wen-Jae in the cemetery? And he's like, what the hell? You knew I was there? And they're like, oh, yeah, Wen-Jae was murdered yesterday, by the way. What the hell?
Right.
And you need to come with me now and don't ask any questions. What?
All right. Good start.
Yeah.
Good start. A lot of questions.
Kind of panic-inducing.
A lot of questions.
They have quite a montage of the trip to the plane.
Yeah. So there's such thing as expository dialogue.
Yeah.
This is expository visuals.
It was very on the nose.
Yeah.
It felt kind of like Independence Day and Matrix.
It did,
kind of mashed up.
Yeah, those kind of 90s movies where you have to show one character getting from one place to another, and the only way you show it is by showing them travel.
Yeah.
The entire time.
There's so much in this episode that I don't understand, and that's what frustrates me the most about it.
Yeah.
Is like here they are already believe that his life is very much in jeopardy.
Yeah.
That the Sophons, on behalf of the Santi, are after him.
Yeah.
And so they're like, let's give him extreme security. All these people with guns and planes in the air around the plane and all that shit.
Right.
But at the same time, we know the Sophons can make people see things like countdowns.
Yeah.
Later in this episode, we get confirmation that a Sophon can make you think you see a person in front of you.
Yeah.
Or see yourself with your eyes gouged
Right.
out.
Just about everything.
Just about anything.
Yeah.
They're able to push the buttons in one guy's brain to make him take a pop shot at someone else.
I don't know about that.
Well, we'll get there.
I don't know about that.
But if that's the case, why can't they make any one of these security people just shoot Saul?
Just shoot him, or even just Saul himself.
Just make Saul kill himself.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like,
don't
what are the limitations on their technology?
Right.
Why is it so? If they really want him dead, it seemed like it would be easy.
It seems like it, and that's one of the reasons why this whole sequence of him traveling from one place to another. I have questions in my head, but I don't feel anything.
Yeah.
I'm not intrigued. I'm not engaged. I don't feel any stakes whatsoever.
Well, because they've suggested some rules exist,
right.
but they're acting as though those rules don't really exist.
Right.
And so, what does it matter to me?
Right. Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's
Like
nothing.
what if Clarence is walking him around, fully aware that any one of these guys could get, possessed by a Sophon and
Right.
kill them,
Right.
or even he might, and we all feel that tension.
That would be interesting.
That would become intense,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. Setting
And
those rules.
yeah, but they're literally just protecting from outside forces.
Yeah.
Like they're all looking out, like someone outside's going to do it, like they aren't a threat.
Right.
So I don't get that at all.
I don't either. I think a lot of that comes from, like we've said many, many times before, you have a bullet point list of things from the book that you got to condense. And so I'm just going to hit all the points, but not explain anything of
Yeah.
why they're there.
And let's not forget that later on, we have a moment where the Sophons can literally turn an airplane off.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
So if they can do, why not just
why not do anything?
Just turn the airplane off.
How about just kill every human?
Seriously. It sounds like it'd be very easy to cripple all of humanity before you get there.
You know what this reminds me of is a far, I don't want to even say a worse experience, but the movie was really bad. It was Matrix 4. Okay. So Matrix Resurrections had this moment, probably the coolest moment in the whole movie, where Neo and Trinity are on a motorcycle and they're riding away. I don't know where the fuck they're going. We talked about this. We talked about it in the talkies. But they're running away from all these what do you call it? Like possessed. What were the security guards?
Yeah, they were like zombified people in the Matrix.
Right. Yeah. So people that got taken over by the robots, and we have this scene of them driving down the street and all these people like dive bombing.
Yeah.
From the top,
like becoming human missiles.
Yeah. And it was like hilarious and stupid, but there were stakes there, and I understood why these things were happening. Right. Like I understood that the robots are trying to stop Neo. Right.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's happening here. Sophons are trying to stop Mole-Facer guy, Saul. What's going on?
Yeah, they're not trying very hard.
What are they doing?
I don't know. It's weird. They get to this airplane. They get on the airplane. Clarence is like, I'm taking a nap. You should too. Then we go to Jen coming into Wade's office, demanding that these seeds get included with Will's brain.
Yeah, she gets really sentimental.
Yeah, she's like, I need you to include these. It only weighs this much. It won't make a difference.
Yeah.
And because, Will, if they build him a body again, he'll want earth food.
Right.
And he likes spicy food, so I have these chili peppers in here.
Right.
And he's like, no, because we're trying to make things weigh less, not more. So no. And she's all like, fine. That's the scene.
That's the scene.
Yeah. He says no, and she's like, fine.
Fine.
That's it.
It doesn't mean anything.
Not really.
It doesn't mean anything.
Not really.
It means nothing.
Not at all. Is that better?
You know what's funny?
What?
This is they call back to the scene later on.
Yeah.
And it still
doesn't mean anything.
Still doesn't mean anything.
It's true. God damn. Oh, Dan and Dave.
Oh, yeah?
They don't know what they're doing.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're doing.
They don't know what they're doing.
Saul and Clarence land in New York City. They get off the plane. They meet Mr. Kent.
Who's Spaghetti in Silicon Valley.
He seems like a fine actor.
Yeah, he's funny in that. It's weird to see him in this role.
He's definitely not funny in this one.
No, that's what's so weird, because I see him and I'm like, ah.
Hey, that guy. And they head to the United Nations.
Yep.
Saul mentions he's once went there on a class trip.
Cool.
Yep.
And Saul still doesn't know what he's there for.
He has no idea. Hence, like, I had a suit ordered for you for the ceremony. And he's like, what fucking ceremony? And Clarence is like, no, he has to wear my bulletproof pajamas.
Right.
Because I'm in charge.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, but what ceremony? What are you talking about? And that's that.
Yeah.
Yep.
More questions.
Anything?
No.
No? Okay.
Do you have anything?
Nope. Not really.
Okay.
Not really.
Let's just keep going.
I'm telling you, every episode of this show, our episodes get shorter. All right, so now we have the ceremony, and it's this longer scene, one of the longer scenes we've had,
Yeah.
where the Secretary General of the United Nations introduces the Wallfacer Project and introduces the first two Wallfacers. They both have very impressive introductions, little short bios that are super impressive
Right.
for both of them.
Right.
And then they announce Saul Durand. And first he doesn't get up, and then Kent's like, hey, you got to go. And he's like, okay. And then they're like, Saul Durand is a physicist from Oxford who studied with some of the greatest minds of our time.
Studied with, yeah.
He is not one of the greatest minds of our time,
That's not what they say.
but he is adjacent to them.
He's great mind adjacent.
Great mind adjacent.
Great.
Yeah.
This still feels very much like a setup. Like this is our character arc that's starting to go.
Yeah.
We're very much in the call right now.
Yeah, he's being called,
Yeah.
and we're starting a hero's journey
Yeah.
in the final episode of the season.
That's right.
All right. So he gets called up. He stands with the other people. The next scene is Saul is sitting with the Secretary General in like the aisleway.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else is gone. And he's like, I'm not going to do it. I refuse.
And then there's this hilarious like gaslighting moment.
Yeah, Saul gets gaslit the rest of the episode. Everyone's
Right.
like, sure you do.
They're like, oh, okay.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You refuse. Yes, sir. Yeah.
It's just that over and over.
Yeah, because he's been put in the position of whatever you say is right no matter what.
Right.
By default. They've already all agreed to that, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what he says.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds maddening.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thus starts his denial of the call for quite a while. Mm-hmm. Or maybe not that much of a while, but a little bit. I actually felt pretty intrigued here because the denial of a call is always interesting from, I think from a setup perspective, obviously. It's been used so many goddamn times.
Sure.
It's where you're invested in what someone is doing right now, and then something's going to change about them. And thus their goal has changed. Saul doesn't really have a goal, so that's kind of weird because he doesn't really go anywhere. He doesn't learn anything. But it's still interesting to see him being pulled somewhere and him trying to stop it, and it's not working. Mm-hmm. So that's some tension in the plot, finally, in the 8th episode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's Luke saying, I can't go to Alderaan.
exactly. I
I've
want
got
to
to
buy
help
some,
Uncle Owen with the crops.
Yeah, I want to buy some power converters.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. This episode really felt like I could sink my teeth into it a bit.
Right.
Like, okay, yeah, some things are moving now.
Yeah, we have some momentum. Yeah,
We have a moving plot
Right.
around a character.
right. Yeah,
This is sad
episode 8.
that we have not had that to this point.
Yeah, Wenjie, her story was going to be that in the
It
beginning.
could have been.
In the very beginning.
It really could have been.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it turned out not to be.
Not at all.
Yeah,
They made her the bad guy.
they did, and then they killed her off.
And it didn't matter.
Actually, does she come back? Is she dead?
As far as I know.
Did she die off screen?
I haven't. Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah.
They said she was murdered.
Okay, then she wasn't then.
Yeah, that's true.
That's just
She'll be back next season.
that's the rule of Dan and Dave.
Yeah. She'll come marching down the road with Will,
Will's gonna come back as Wenjie.
a two-headed alien being. Wenjie Will. Yeah.
Wenjil.
Jill.
Will J.
Oh God. Anyway, Saul leaves, gets shot. Benedict runs over. And it's
Benedict
like,
Wong. Not Clarence.
Not Clarence. Benedict Wong, the actor.
God damn. He's so much like his character is very present in this episode.
Yeah.
He's so good And we kept talking about how good of an actor. He's just
too
way
good.
too good
He's
for
too
this.
good.
He is.
He shouldn't be this good for
No,
this show.
he came over and I believed that he really wanted Saul to live.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, are you okay? Are you okay?" You know, and he had like this hurt face, like he was about to
stands
cry.
out so much.
He does.
Because he's better than everyone around him.
It's hilarious because the only thing I know him from mostly is from like
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, doing his like portal things and making jokes.
Yeah.
Still, he's good in that too.
He is really good in that. Yeah. It's super funny to see a character like that be so strong.
Yeah. We're going to write a noir movie for him.
I want to.
We're going to cast him.
Because holy crap, he's good.
He's probably watching.
I hope he is.
Hey, Benedict Wong, we've got a movie to pitch to you. All right? You'll love it.
Yes, you will.
You will love it.
The Sophons will tell you.
The Sophons will make you love it. So, yeah, he got shot. There was a cool shot in this moment.
Ooh, I like that shot. Yeah.
Yeah, when he hits the ground.
Not just that, when he gets shot.
The edit between those two is very clean.
Yeah, really like that. It was one of the only moments I think in here that I felt oof, like I was taken aback.
It felt visceral violence.
Yeah. It's funny because I feel like there's a lot of those moments in the other parts of the episode or the other episodes where they're trying to show something that's like, oh, wasn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I can't think of any, but I imagine there were some. But here, that was interesting because it was like a shot that I felt like wasn't going to. I think it was because there was two wide shots. I think that's the problem, probably why. When he was coming out of the building, there was a wide shot of him coming out, and then another wide of him continuing to walk. And I'm like, oh, okay, now we're in his space, and like I wasn't expecting that space to end anytime soon. So it was cool to see that just suddenly cut off.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
it was good. So he goes down, and Clarence is like, keep breathing, you'll be fine, because you were wearing the magic pajamas.
That's right.
Yep.
Not a headshot.
And it wasn't a headshot, thank God. You think the magic pajamas would have had a hood?
You're right.
Why not have a hood? Why aren't the sweats a hoodie? Head matters, man.
I thought it was really funny that Clarence is over there like, we got to protect him at all costs, have this full bodysuit and everything, but no helmet.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's fine.
Oh.
It's hard to hit heads.
It is.
Small target.
Small targets.
Easy to miss. Go for the center of mass.
Right.
Yeah. And now we have this scene where Jen is getting ready to leave her office, and she berates her assistant and says, just keep the fucking fish alive. you
piece of shit.
Shit.
I thought this was so out of... I know she's supposed to be going through shit, and I understand that's the motivation for her character, but it was so funny.
Yeah, she sounded really rude.
She did. He's like, I'll do my best.
Yeah,
like,
he's like,
I had a goldfish.
I know how to take care of goldfish. I had this one special kind of goldfish, and I'll do the very best. And she's like, just fucking keep it alive, okay?
Right.
Yes, sir. All right. Now Jen and the whole gang are on the airplane. The fancy private plane heading to Cape Canaveral. Jen walks right past Raj, and he clears a seat for her to sit in, and she's like, as if, and just keeps walking and sits in the back.
Yeah.
And then Wade gets a phone call, and he's like, "What happened? Is he dead? Don't let that happen again, Clarence."
Yep. Wade doing his Wade thing.
Yeah. Don't let someone shoot him again, you idiot.
So then we have a scene between Jen and Raj, right?
Yes. Almost, actually.
Almost?
There's a scene in between.
Okay.
We go to the hospital where Saul is. And he wakes up, and Clarence is in the room.
Oh, yeah.
They have a little chit-chat where basically Clarence says, hey, it's my job to protect you, and you didn't let me do that. Will you let me do it now? And he's like, yeah, you can protect me now. I don't want to get dead.
I don't want to get died.
I don't want to get died. Please don't let me get died. And
this is a weird scene.
And then,
they're all weird.
And then he's like, I want to meet the guy who shot me.
Yep.
And he's like, okay, I'll get him.
Sounds good.
That's that scene.
There you go.
Then we go back to the airplane, where Raj has confronts Jen on the plane, and she's understandably very caught up in trying to make sure this mission works. And he's like, why haven't we talked about our relationship?
What about me, Jen?
Yeah, what about me? You hurt my feelings. Did we break up or something? And she's like, I can't even. What the fuck?
I love this moment. I'm trying to figure out of a reason to hate it, but I do like this moment a lot because I don't like Raj.
I hate Raj.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any reason for me to hate Raj other than he's just unnecessary.
Yeah.
But I like that he's being what's the word, needy, I guess. Mm-hmm. And the whole time Jen's like dealing not only with the death of her best friend, but also this like crazy, insane, precise mission.
Yeah. And he's like, I know, but I want a girlfriend.
Right. Right. I love it.
I still want to bang.
I still want to bang.
Come on, please.
Where are we though?
And then he's like, oh, you love Will. And she's like, yes, I love Will. And he's like, well, I hope you're happy. I hope you guys work out. Love ya. See you later.
I think I'll
just go over there.
I'm just gonna step outside. What did he say? Oh, they were talking about how Will's brain isn't Will anymore.
Yeah.
And Jen's like, yes, it is.
Yeah.
Let's keep negative 150 degrees.
Yeah. He ain't dead yet.
Ain't dead, bitch.
Might come back, Might come back and fuck you up, Raj.
Raj.
Yeah.
You ever think about that?
Yeah. What do you think Will's gonna be like if he comes back from this? He's gonna be all filled with alien technology. He's gonna fuck you up, and he's gonna have lots of corn and spicy food.
And we'll have so much sex.
And we will have the sex.
We will have
much of the sex, and lots of corn and chili peppers.
I think it is weird though that she doesn't just straight up dump him.
I know, yeah. She had a good opportunity for that in the last episode.
She did, yeah.
When they were arguing in the car, and
right.
She's like, "Oh, you murder people. I'm not okay with that. Hey, let's still be cool, though.
We're still cool.
I forgive you."
Yeah. She never seemed really interested in Raj, even from the beginning, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that's an acting thing, a directing thing.
Don't like Raj.
Yeah.
Clarence brings the would-be killer to meet Saul in the hospital.
Right.
And
they have an almost tense conversation.
Almost, not really. He's like, "Why'd you kill me?" And he's like, "The Lord told me to.
Lord told me to.
Should have took the headshot. Sorry."
Yep.
And that's kind of it.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be way more interesting.
Yeah.
When I saw that.
Not a lot happened there.
No, I was like, oh shit, is he being controlled? Is the cult back?
I assumed this moment had been manufactured for the purpose of some kind of exposition, right?
Right.
Like if
something's happening.
This guy's coming here he's going to say something that'll be new information.
Right. Important information.
Yeah. There wasn't any.
There wasn't any.
He just confirmed what we already knew. Well, we could have just inferred.
Oh no. Oh no. Dan and Dave don't know what they're doing.
They don't know what they're doing.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He says he's proud to be a soldier of the Lord.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Neat.
Means nothing.
Neat.
The best part of the scene is what's right after that. And that's
right.
Kent hangs out.
With more gaslighting.
And has this crazy gaslighting conversation with him. And he's like, I resigned being a wall facer. And he's like, yes, sir. And
it's like, so what are you still doing here?
I'm here to serve you.
I'm here to serve
as the wall facer. And he's like,
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
You brought up a good point that there was like a missed opportunity here. Like, why don't we have a scene where Saul tries to test his wall facer powers?
Yeah, I feel like that's so them. That's so Dan and Dave, I feel like, it is to do something goofy like that.
Yeah, like Saul would be like, okay, everyone in this hospital needs to do 200 push-ups now.
Right.
And then they all start doing it.
He uses that time to leave.
Okay.
Right. if I'm
he takes that to be like, maybe I do want to do this.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Do something interesting. Something interesting.
They didn't do anything interesting. That's actually the problem, because they don't know what they're doing.
It's because they're following a beat by beat.
Beat by beat.
Yeah. There's no actual motivation here.
It ends with him saying, "I want to meet with the Secretary General."
That's right.
And he's like, "Oh, she's waiting for you."
The Oracle, the Matrix Oracle.
And this scene was so Oracle-like, it was mind-numbing. It was awful.
Her cadence of speaking is the same.
It was
really
like
funny.
Neo meeting with the Oracle.
Yeah.
And she's like, you'll know you're the wall facer when you know you're the wall facer.
I love candy. Would you like some candy?
I love candy. Your mission will become clear to you when the time is right.
So, okay.
And I'm like, who? She's a politician. Why is she talking like
That's
this?
absolutely 100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't understand. And also I don't get what she's trying to say here, because she's acting like she doesn't know why he was picked.
She literally says that.
Right. But then at the end of their conversation, she says, "We're taking a big risk on you."
Yeah. Who's we then?
Did you pick?
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah,
pick him?
she's like, I don't know why you were picked. That's for you to discover. And then it's like, we're taking a huge risk on you. You know, we picked
Do
you.
us proud.
And I need you to make this work.
That's so weird.
Yeah. God. It also didn't do anything.
It didn't. Yeah.
More that did nothing.
Yeah, it was supposed to be.
More nothing for nothing's sake.
That's weird, that because it was expository, this conversation, but nothing was actually explained.
In the first moment where Saul embraces his wall facer powers,
Right.
he says, I'm the wall facer and I want to go to Cape Canaveral to watch my friend get launched into space. And
Neat.
so he
they do
walks
it.
into Cape Canaveral 10 seconds later.
Yep. And he does it. And Jin reacts with a, "Hey, you're here, amazing."
Wow, you're here. Thanks for coming.
Yeah. And then ignores Raj, snubs him.
Oh, that was good. Raj
Yeah.
comes up and he's like, hey, good to see you again. I'm her boyfriend. And she's like, no.
Team Jin.
That worked. Again, they're good at the sitcom thing.
They really are.
That was good sitcom dynamics right there. Like, I really felt like an episode of Friends.
You know, Dan and Dave should make a sitcom.
They should make a sitcom.
Yeah. They'd be good for a sitcom.
Yeah. They should do a
not-
follow-up series to How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Friends. Friends too.
Friends,
Gen Z Friends.
the Gen Z edition.
Right.
I do want to see that.
See?
I'd watch that.
See?
Yeah.
Dan and Dave. The guys who made Game of Thrones.
From the makers of Game of Thrones comes Friends Gen Z edition. Shit, I don't know what this is. I wrote,
And Kenny stopped taking notes.
no, I wrote Jen and Augie talk on the beach. That's not right. It's Jen and Saul, right?
It's Jen and Saul.
Yeah. All right, that's not right. Jen and Saul talk on the beach. I'm like, Augie's not there. All right, yeah. Jen
Yeah.
and Saul talk on the beach.
We were talking about Augie at the time.
Mm-hmm.
We were saying that no, Jen was talking about Augie, and then we mentioned her for some reason. I can't
Yeah.
remember what it was.
Oh, I remember. Saul's telling Jen that Will loved her so much.
Right.
And I wish there was someone who loved me the way he loved you. And she's like, maybe someone does.
Wow.
Suggesting that's Augie.
That's so deep.
Yeah, especially since the whole show, they never gave us really anything to suggest that Augie actually loves Saul.
Not her, but perhaps Saul loves her.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Even then,
there's crazy.
he's got a shitty way of showing it.
Absolutely. No, yeah, but there's absolutely crazy tension between the
They're
two.
suggesting there's romantic tension there.
Right.
But in a way that's like fucking toxic.
No, absolutely. And I
Yeah.
never felt it.
No,
I
never once was like, I want these two together.
Right.
I don't want them together.
Right.
These two are definitely bad for each other. This is not a good idea.
Yeah, I think that's probably what both of us wanted to see, was some sort of, sloppy hookup between them two to find out that, yeah, this is not a good idea.
Yeah.
Just to see some dynamics play out.
No. Either Will or Jen or Jack when he was alive
Right.
should have said out loud at some point, I know you two are infatuated with each other, but you are absolutely oil and water. Don't do this.
Right.
Yeah.
They did have a friend moment at the very beginning, just before the stars flashed, where they were like flirting with each other. I wouldn't say each
Well,
other.
and he helped her puke that one time.
Oh, that was
really kind.
That was so
you know?
gentlemanly of him.
Yeah.
That's so gentlemanly.
Dragged her across the whole house,
Right,
spilling
from
vomit
from one toilet to the
everywhere.
other. Don't puke in that toilet.
No, don't puke here. I got another place. It's
There's
a better place to puke.
Much better toilet.
I'm just gonna drag you across the house, puking. I'll mop it up later. It's fine.
It's fine.
Fine. Saul looks down at his phone like, maybe I should call Augie.
Right. Then cut to Augie.
Cut to Mexico.
Cut to Mexico.
Augie
Is she in Mexico?
Yeah, she's in
It is
Mexico City.
Okay.
And it says Mexico City in the subtitle, and she's like, I have taken my nanofiber tech and invented water filters.
Because she couldn't have done that before.
They didn't exist before that. She's claiming there's a water filter that'll end a pandemic,
Right.
right? I don't know of any like virus or bacteria that can get through a standard charcoal or silicon based water filter.
Just a regular
That's
ass-
what they do.
Regular ass water filter.
You can fucking stick those things into sewage,
Right.
and drink with the water out of it.
Right.
So I'm like,
These things already exist.
that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, that's already real technology. And she's like, this will save your village and give you fresh water, and the pandemic will end. And they're like, wow. And I'm like, you could get that at REI today.
You can.
You could even put a tablespoon of bleach into your gallon of water, and it'll kill shit.
Yeah, good.
That's what they do. But
Yeah.
anyway, hey, this is fiction.
It's just
This
fiction.
is fiction.
Yeah.
I'm thinking too much.
Turn your brain off. This is a brain off type of
Totally.
series.
This is not a think deep sort of show.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You're not supposed to think hard about things
No.
like
Let it wash over you.
a trinary solar system.
Exactly. Yeah. Let the the idea of a supercomputer inside of a proton just wash over you.
It's basic,
It's basic.
fundamental.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Think too hard.
Sorry.
Jeez.
Anyway, Augie gets a call from Saul, and she's like, "No."
Damn. Bad bitch.
That's the bad bitch moment of the series. Damn,
Girl boss.
Augie's empowered.
Wait, okay. Seriously, why is Augie? Is she mad at Saul again for something, or
She's just done. She's just done.
with his bullshit?
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
Saul, man.
Think about all the times in this show that Saul disappointed her by doing things that were totally mundane and normal.
Augie and Raj are the most terrible.
Those two deserve
people.
each other.
There you go. That's
Yeah,
what I want to
Let's
see.
ship Augie and Raj.
Yes, that's what I want to see. Augie and
They
Raj.
did go on a date.
Oh, they did. That's right.
The two of them actually have one of the most intimate scenes of the whole series.
They do.
It's a very romantic setting anyway.
Actually,
the lighting is gorgeous.
I was going to say the lighting looks like Wong Kar Wai's.
It does, yeah. The
movies.
Mood for Love.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't see
they do.
anyone else going out to a romantically lit dinner and talking about deep things.
Yeah, a Wong Kar Wai lit.
It was.
dinner scene.
Yeah.
It's weird because his character he was so like gung ho about being a soldier and stuff. I don't know. Okay, maybe not, because in the very beginning when we first met him, he was with Jen while Jen was playing the video games. He's like, those fucking video games, right? When she was playing it.
Yeah.
And he's like, we got to go to dinner with my parents.
My dad, he's going to fucking freak you out,
He's
by
gonna
the way.
freak you
He's
out.
going to give you nightmares.
That weird ass scene. Yeah. I want to say that he was always this kind of soldier guy, and that was the whole point of their relationship not really working out. Jen's more ethical than he is.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a soldier, which is fine, whatever. But now he's all about where are we? What's happening with us?
Yeah.
And Jen's like the soldier.
Yeah.
And that's kind of weird.
It is.
Not in a metaphorical way.
Yeah.
Not in a theme way.
Yeah. No, it's true. She did become more the soldier.
Yeah.
Although we didn't see him become anything else. He just became
Just a whiny bitch.
nothing.
Just became
Just a whiny bitch.
No, that's what he is.
He is. He's like, I haven't had any booty in a long time.
He's not a soldier anymore.
Saul's hooking up like every night, and I haven't had any sex.
What's this thing? I just don't like the idea of showing him smoking all the time as if that's an issue. Because
Yeah.
whenever I see it, I'm just like, oh, he's chilling.
Of course.
But
Yeah, that's what a normal human should think.
that's what.
Yeah. Yeah, no. It's like Saul's vice of getting high
Yeah.
is a symbol of his immaturity
That's what it's supposed to
and
be.
his
right.
denial of his real potential and talent.
Right.
When all of his friends, everyone around him is constantly drinking.
Yeah.
Through this whole show.
Yeah.
I mean, carrying around bottles of whiskey.
100%. Will
Right.
Will even has like the whole Is it whiskey? It's the whole McAllen thing.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. He even gets a
That's
gift.
like 40% alcohol.
Yeah.
Shit.
And then he's drinking straight from the bottle.
Yeah, that's
too.
strong stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll kill you a lot faster than smoking some weed.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. They hate on anxiety pills, anxiety medication, and weed smoking.
There's literally a moment where Augie goes, "Stop taking those pills.
Right.
Drink vodka."
Drink vodka instead. Yeah. Like it's a Grey Goose fucking ad or something.
What are they saying here?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's very strange.
It is weird.
Yeah. Because I really, every time that he's smoking, I'm just like, all right, okay, we're chill.
And he's like, no, he's irresponsible.
He's irresponsible.
Right. Yeah.
God damn.
Fucking Will has cancer, and he's like, look. Even Will says, no, I don't want. He's like, you want to smoke some? And he's like, no, I want to keep my mind clean.
Right.
Like what?
Excuse me.
He's like, some days my body actually feels good, and I want to feel those days. You know what I mean? So I don't want to smoke weed.
Glug, glug, glug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're doing.
I don't know what they're doing.
Dan and Dave, have they smoked weed? Maybe they've never smoked
Maybe they've
weed.
never smoked, yeah.
Yeah.
They saw it. I'm surprised I didn't see a bong actually in this. That would actually make more sense if he was smoking a bong. Because a pipe, you're chilling. It's just
it's more definitely a bigger high, right? If you're using a bong.
right. No, that's
But
my
if they
point.
really wanted him to look like what it seemed like they wanted him,
well, he
should be tying some fucking
right. He should be doing
elastic
heroin or
around
some
his
shit, yeah.
arm, and that's what they should have been doing.
Yeah.
He's just like smoking a joint. They're like, ooh, he's bad.
He's just chilling. Or better yet, have him drink. How about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, definitely.
There's no alcoholics in this.
No, but a lot of drinking. Not alcoholics, but a lot of drinking. My God. And no one raises an eyebrow at the chain smoking of Clarence.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Holy
geez.
cow, that guy's got 5 years to live, maybe.
Yeah, right. He smoked what? Like every scene that he's in.
Every scene, he's got a cigarette.
Yeah, which is his character, whatever. But
Yeah.
like they're not saying anything about.
No, they're
about
not
it.
making a statement with it.
Right.
The way that they do with Saul.
With a close up on every
Yeah.
time he lights up.
Yeah. And when he was with those two chicks, he's like, "You want to do some acid down at the swamp?
Oh God,
Let's
not
go do
acid.
some acid." And it was like, "Oh shit, acid! Oh my god!"
That's crazy.
Yep.
You can
weird.
tell this podcast is by Californians.
Yeah, people in Utah are watching us right now, being like, "What world are these guys from?" Anyways, you got any shrooms?
Yeah.
Oh,
Here.
thank you,
Yeah,
thank you,
okay, yeah.
thank you. I can get through the episode now. Just needed to take the edge off. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Take that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
better.
yeah, good. I got some
That's-
LSD over here too.
That's better.
Yeah.
I have already done that today.
Actually, this is LSD.
Okay, LSD water.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happens next? That was all from Augie's in Mexico, right? Yeah, that was
yeah,
it.
I guess it was.
All right. So the next is a very long sequence. We go back to Cape Canaveral where the launch happens.
Oh, right.
Yep.
The launch, yeah.
Launch happens. Things gets to space. It drops its rocket boosters. The sail
It's a very long sequence.
unfolds.
Yeah, very detailed sequence.
They give credit to Augie because Jen goes, "She did it."
As if she didn't
That
know
was
when
her.
they loaded the goddamn parachute.
Yeah, that was all her. That was her. She did. She like sat there for hours weaving. She had like knitting needles with her nanofiber.
Oh, man.
And made the sail.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
very long sequence for I'm guessing this is supposed to be important. This is weird because we talked about this while we were watching it. Like, why are they doing this? Is what
Yeah.
we were saying.
yeah, when you step back and kind of go, what is this mission supposed to do?
Right.
It's really feels like a stretch for it to make sense.
It does. Yeah.
Like it sounds like what Wade is saying is that Will's brain will be intercepted by the Santi in like 150 years.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, "Ooh, it's a human brain. Let's see what we could do with this." And they'll put together Will 2.0
or something.
And then they'll have a man on the inside.
Right, and somehow Will's going to communicate back.
Like, what's Will going to do from that point?
Right.
Like, what do you do then? He's going to, like, sabotage their ship or something?
Right.
I don't know.
Sabotage.
Convince them to go somewhere else?
What's one person going to do?
I don't get it. It feels like the worst possible thing to do.
Right.
Is give them, here's everything a human could be. Take a look at it and learn all about us.
Right. Yeah, that was
Like,
actually...
I'm like, you're not learning anything about the Santi. You're giving them more information about us.
Right. And I think that even I want to say that came up. I'm not sure if it did. But I know that when Saul was trying to scare Will out of doing this whole thing, that he said several different types of scenarios. Really hilarious, I think. But
Yeah.
he said so many. And the fact is, they're all just as likely to happen as them picking up a random ass brain that's going 1% speed of light.
Yeah.
Just plucking it.
Just catch it.
Just catching it.
Yeah.
And
Just gonna be like, yoink,
yeah.
got it.
So after they do that somehow, then they rebuild. Why are they going to rebuild his body?
I know. I mean, how do you know they're not gonna open this jar and be like, ew,
Human.
the fuck is this?
Right.
Just that they just sent us a jar of goo.
Yeah.
Pour it in the garbage.
Garbage can. Right.
Move on. They're like, oh, what an interesting container. Oh, it's got goo in it. Let's get rid of that. And now we'll look at the container.
Neat. What does this container tell us about humans? Yeah. That's hilarious.
They just trash Will.
Dude, that's something that they would do in Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
It's just as likely as anything else.
No, it literally is.
know?
That's what's so weird. So we were talking about this because they have such a detailed sequence on this.
Yeah.
And I'm imagining it's because, I mean, you know more about the books than I do at this point, but somewhere in the second or third book or whatever, that this is important.
Yeah.
And from this series alone, from episodes 1 through 8, I've not seen that importance at
Right.
all whatsoever. There's no reason for this to happen.
Right.
Yeah. So this sequence is very fucking boring.
I think Dan and Dave, I think they were really stuck on the idea of setting up future seasons and episodes.
Trying to make sure that
as
they...
opposed to making this one be really good on its own. Because there are a bunch of things that happened here
Yeah.
that just don't have a payoff and don't really make much sense.
Yeah, that's our joke, foreshadowing.
And they don't really gut punch you either.
Right.
You know? It's not like you've invested all your time in Robb Stark, the King of the North,
Right.
only to have him killed at the Red Wedding and
Right,
go,
get robbed,
oh,
right.
God.
He doesn't get killed at the Red Wedding.
Robb Stark?
Oh, I thought you said Ned Stark.
No, Robb Stark.
We are spoiling some things.
King of the North.
We are
If
spoiling.
If the Red Wedding is a spoiler for you,
It is a spoiler.
fuck off. You're way behind. It's like that's not my fault at this point.
Okay.
That's like I can't say that Darth Vader is Luke's
God,
dad.
spoilers. Dude.
Right?
My God. Spoilers.
But that's my point, right? There's no stakes like that, right? When the mission goes wrong and we lose Will's brain to space,
Yeah.
none of us feel gutted
I don't feel anything.
about it at all.
Yeah, I'm like, look at that. I'm like, oh, wow. It didn't work.
Which means they only have one thing in mind, and that's, we got to put these pieces in the right place so that we can follow up with it later.
That's what it feels like throughout the entire series.
Yeah.
Is that
There's a bunch of little things
Yeah.
that they're like, we got to have that set up because we know in season 3 this is happening and that's happening and we have to get the pieces in the right place.
Right.
But they don't do anything for us now, and so you know what? Most of us won't come back for season 2.
Yeah. It's funny because it does kind of give me hope in a weird way about season 2. I'm like, okay, so season 1 was explaining all the shit. You know, you didn't really build any arcs, and I can see in the last episode you're starting to build something with Saul. So there's something there. I hope that what it's going for is what we have an arc then in season 2.
Yeah.
I hope that we have a character development that leads into plot, you know, and not this separate bullshit that's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm absolutely 100% down for season 2.
Yeah.
Because it's either going to be really cool the way that it rebounds from where we are now.
Right.
it's like, okay, all the pieces are in place now, and now we can do the shit we really wanted to do in the first place.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Or it'll be utter catastrophe and also fun to cover on Deep Dish.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah. The IP is fun, so, either we're going to get something.
Yeah, and it only just got renewed, so we probably won't see it for at least 2 years.
Right.
I'm guessing.
Right.
Yeah, it'll be a bit.
It will.
Yeah.
Guess we'll see.
We'll see. We witness the probe go past a few detonations, and at a certain point find out that Augie's fucking nanofiber isn't everything it's cracked up to be. And one of the, tie downs on the sail fail.
Right.
Rips off.
This is our big gutted moment, yeah.
So sad.
I'm crying right
it
now.
leaves the trajectory of the nukes, so it won't hit any more nukes, and just goes off into space.
Yep.
Indefinitely sailing with Will's brain neither alive or dead for eternity.
And now they have 997 nukes just going
Yeah,
around.
there's just a bunch of nukes just sitting there too.
just orbiting
So
Earth.
there's
or whatever.
that too. And you might be slightly worried about those. Of course, everyone's sad. There's a weird moment where it looks like Wade walks up to Jen and whispers in her ear.
He does, yeah.
It looks like he's literally telling her, "Oh, it didn't work." Like we
Jen
did.
didn't work.
Yeah, Jen, I'm afraid the mission failed. As if no. I'm like, what else could he have said there? It's like, you're fired.
You're fired. I want to say that the optimist in me wants to say that he said something about that was the plan, basically.
This was always the plan.
Right, because that's what Wade's doing. He's
Yeah,
always
this was always the plan from the beginning.
only advance.
Only advance. So we go to Wade on his jet.
Oh, we have the big moment.
Yeah, I think he's going back to England or something.
Yeah, and he's got a lot of lights off for some reason.
Yeah, and then the Sophon hacks the plane.
This is so cheesy.
It is the cheesiest moment of the whole series, I think.
It's cheesy. Yeah, it's just
It's like
cheesy.
horror movie from the 1980s.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they had like a puppet, pop out. That was like I don't know. It's fucking
The
cheesy.
Sophon appears on the TV and is like, "Hello, Wade. We know you're trying to stop us, but you can't. And but we also respect you, and there's a place for you when we arrive."
So we're just gonna scare you.
Whatever that means.
Yeah.
But we want to make sure you still know that we could fuck you up if we want to.
Yep.
So let me watch me turn off your plane and turn it back on and turn it off, and I'm going to turn it back on. And look, now I'm not on TV anymore. I'm standing right in front of you.
I'm right in front of you.
Oh shit. And then look over there. It's you with no eyes.
And he's dead. And now here's the countdown.
Yep. He sees the countdown.
Yep.
It counts down to 0. He turns to his right and he sees himself
And his eyes are
with
ripped
his
out.
eyes gouged out.
Crazy.
Oh my god.
So this was cheesy so
And it
much.
scared him.
I felt this was really cheesy because, two things. One of them, the Sophons now have told us, the audience, that they're basically all powerful.
Right.
So that negates everything.
Totally. It's like, why couldn't, there's so many ways you guys could have achieved whatever
100%.
you wanted by now.
Exactly.
2, by just showing up and talking to Wade, we know Wade's not in danger.
Right.
Because if they wanted Wade off the board,
he would have been.
Turn off his plane and he'd crash and he'd be off the board.
Yeah.
But they want to make this show to Wade, which means Wade lives.
Right.
So immediately there's no risk here.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, so they turn off the plane. Oh no.
Yeah.
They can see something. Oh no.
It's like they're just trying to make Wade fall in line, I guess.
Maybe. I don't know
know.
what the fuck that. I don't understand. I really don't. I got confused at this part, not because I didn't understand what was happening, because the Sophons are there and they're doing shit.
Yeah.
And they can control shit. I don't understand why they're not controlling stuff all prior to this.
I don't know. It could, again, I'm probably assuming too much
Yeah.
and giving too much credit where it hasn't been earned. But, maybe it's because the Sophons just fundamentally think differently than humans.
Maybe.
Like they could be just that different. That would be cool if they give that to us at some point, though.
It would be nice.
Right? If they gave it to us, then that would be cool.
Like the books are very, very detailed. I imagine this is probably explained somewhere in there that the Sophon maybe goes out of its way to scare someone for a certain reason. Maybe.
Right. I mean, maybe this does cause Wade to act differently in some way.
Right.
Again, I'm probably giving too much credit or hoping for too much.
Hoping, yeah.
Yeah, but it'd be cool. It would be cool if there was an arc where Wade becomes swayed to their side.
Oh, yeah, that would be interesting.
You know, what if it's like they demonstrate that, look, we could kill you at any second, and we didn't, and we have a place for you.
Yeah.
When we arrive, right?
That's cool. I like that.
And they could just keep building on that.
Yeah.
And at one point, they sway him.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
That would be interesting.
And then his team, who follows him, all like rebel and are like, no, we can't do that. And he's like, yes, we're on their side now. And you have like...
Yeah. Or he's like secretly on their team and everything he does doesn't make any sense.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Sounds like an anime.
That sounds like a good show. I want to see that show.
That's a cool show.
Probably won't see it, though.
Oh, jeez.
Probably won't.
Oh, no.
Hold on, though.
Okay.
We're almost to the end of the finale.
Oh, shit.
So just hold on to your seat. Shit's about to get crazy.
Okay.
We're almost to the final scenes of this whole series.
Right, the thing that makes my heart drop, and I'm like, oh, I got to get the second season.
It's the finale.
Oh, my God.
Okay, all right. So
here we go.
So
here we go.
Yep, this is it. This is the moment.
There we go.
Saul and Jen are hanging out by the pool at a motel that looks way too cheap for people who are just launching a mission from Cape Canaveral. I don't know how they ended up at this little dive. That looks pretty fucking awful.
They're both very depressed right now.
They are depressed.
And Clarence, Benedict Wong comes over.
Yeah. You know what's the solution to depression? Benedict fucking Wong.
Benedict Wong.
Bring in Benedict Wong. He will fix your fucking depression. He comes in. He's like, you know what? Let's go for a little drive.
Let's go for a drive.
Yeah, and they're like, sure.
Oh man, where's he gonna take him? This is nuts.
It'll probably be something huge.
It's crazy, right?
Some kind of
some big reveal,
revelation,
right?
That will lead into the next season.
Oh man.
Yeah. So he drives them to a swamp.
A swamp
in Florida.
And
they get out, and there's this, huge cicada event happening, which was foreshadowed in the previous episode with the news article that was like, the cicadas are here and there's more than ever.
Right. So that's the background for what's going to happen next.
So we knew that was happening.
Right.
And they get out of their car.
Oh, shit.
And holy fuck, there's cicadas everywhere.
Damn.
So many cicadas.
Okay, what's going to happen?
Clouds of them.
Clouds. Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, must be billions of them.
Okay.
And Clarence is like, hey, the thing about bugs? Look, there's lots of them. Can't get rid of bugs. They're everywhere, you know what I mean?
Right.
Fucking bugs all over the place.
Right.
So, you know what? If we're bugs, then that ain't so bad. Cause look at all these bugs, you know what I mean? I mean, look at all them. Like, there's so many. Like, how are you going to stop all those bugs?
Okay, when does he stop talking and then something happens?
And then the main theme song of the series starts to play.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And we go to credits.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's it. That's the end of the series.
God damn it. So he says, they're bugs. Like, we're bugs.
He's like, oh, we're bugs? Well, guess what? Bugs are fucking awesome.
The bugs are awesome.
Look at these bugs.
Bugs are
Look
everywhere.
at all these bugs. You know what? We're bugs? Fine. Look at these fucking bugs.
Bugs are fucking resilient.
Bugs are badass.
I'm a fucking bug.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm fine with being a bug, because look at these cicadas. You think they're going to be able to kill all these cicadas?
No way.
I don't think so.
No way.
We're fucking bugs. And they're like, yay. And he pours out his whiskey, and I can see Saul being like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's my whiskey.
My fucking whiskey. And he's like, for all the bugs.
That's right.
Some shit. And
right.
and that's the end of the series.
Right. Yeah.
And that's fucking terrible.
That's terrible.
It was the worst ending. Like, if someone had told me that what we experienced in episode 4 or 5,
5 was the ship.
the shit, yeah,
Yeah.
the Doomsday episode,
Yeah. Judgment Day.
Judgment Day, yeah. If someone had told me that what we experienced in episode 5 was the peak action
Right. That was the
of the
peak.
entire season,
Right.
I would have been like, no way, no way. But it was.
It was though.
That was it. And there was nothing that ever came close to that again. And the great finale send-off, leaving us on the edge of our seats for the next season, was 3 of our main characters staring at bugs.
Not 3. Is Clarence a main character?
Ish.
Ish. Yeah, them 3 staring at bugs and having a very, very, very obvious metaphor.
Yeah, and a very dramatic pullback to show just how many bugs there are.
Yeah, it's so
Whoa.
it's so surface level and
Can't wait for season 2.
it's so stupid.
It was awful.
I don't.
It was such a disappointing ending.
It was.
Yeah.
And I'll say this much because I did finish the first book, and I like the way it ends because it does end on the same note.
Okay.
But it's triumphant in the way that it goes into it,
Mm-hmm.
and I wish I could remember why, but I remember feeling triumphant when I was listening to it. But I know that when I was watching this, I didn't feel triumphant.
No, it felt really, I don't know. It felt like a really lame pep talk from your coach at halftime.
No, yeah, it felt like a scene that was going to lead into then a reveal, right? Like,
Yeah.
but look at all the bugs. Okay, now here we go. Mm-hmm. Something else. Mm-hmm. But no.
It's like if you're, you have the movie about the high school basketball team and you're being slaughtered and you go to halftime and the players are all demoralized in the locker room and the coach comes in and gives you this pep talk.
That's right.
About how, it ain't over till it's over, guys. We still could win. And then the movie ends.
Yeah, and then cut to credits.
Yeah, instead of showing us the second half of the game where they find the amazing willpower to pull it out of nowhere and win. Nope, it's just you still could win. You have some potential.
Right. That's what this leaves
and
off.
You matter.
This leaves off with we have incredible potential.
The end.
The end.
Yeah.
God.
So
damn.
the momentum pacing of this season is really messed up.
It's yeah, very messed up.
Yeah.
I got a question for you then.
Hey?
Yeah. If this episode
Huh?
was equivalent to a slice of pizza,
Oh, yeah.
what kind of pizza slice would this be?
Well, considering that not a lot happened,
Yeah.
but it felt like the whole episode we were on the edge of our seat waiting for things to happen,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So I would say this slice of pizza has some kind of what I would call cosmic or maybe the right word is supernatural phenomenon to it.
The pizza slice does?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Where it looks like a fine pizza slice. Nothing crazy good, but just looks fine.
Okay. It looks
But
edible.
you know that kind of paradox that you've heard described before about the arrow shot at the tree, and if you consider the arrow traveling towards the tree, and you just keep cutting in half the distance of the arrow approaching the tree, it actually will never
It will never touch the tree.
touch the tree. You can keep cutting it in half
Yeah.
forever.
Forever.
And that's what this slice of pizza does to your mouth. It's just it smells good, looks good enough. Sure, let's eat it. I'll like feel satisfied, and that'll be good enough, and we'll call it a day. Like it's not like fucking brick oven pizza or anything. It's just a nice looking pizza.
Okay.
But you just will never never have that
That sounds like torture.
satisfaction.
Oh my God.
Honestly, rewatching this show for the second time from the perspective of analyzing it was a little torturous.
To be fair, it kind of was.
Yeah.
Before I get too much into that, I'll give you my slice of pizza.
All right, go on.
I felt like this was front loaded with brand new things that we hadn't seen. So this was like pizza slice
All right.
that after you ate some of the pizza before, you were expecting something. Say it's pepperoni, right? You're
Yeah.
expecting a pepperoni pizza, but instead you get a pizza slice that has a lot of broccoli, has a lot of has ziti on it. Has
Say
pasta.
that again?
Ziti.
What is that?
Ziti pasta.
Oh.
Yeah, it has pasta on it.
Do
And
people put that on pizza?
they do in New York, actually. yeah.
Okay.
There's a little bit of vodka sauce too. There's some Parmesan.
See, they're all about vodka, but not anxiety pills.
Not anxiety pill. There's a little bit of that on it. Too. There's rock salt, not like
Oh.
flake salt, but rock salt, like the
chunks.
stuff that you put on pretzels, that kind of thing.
kinda
and
cool.
yeah, and hot chili flakes and stuff.
Yeah.
But all of this is just on the first bite.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and you don't realize it because I guess you're eating the pizza in the dark. Is what's happening.
Sure.
And so you go take that one bite. You're like, whoa, that's something.
It's a lot.
I want to see if I can make sense of this, and you keep eating it, but there's no other
It
toppings.
gets just more boring.
It's just no other toppings.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. No sauce. It's just the rest of it's just dough.
That's not good.
No.
That's not good.
And and you're done with it, and you're like, well, that first bite was interesting, but yeah.
Sad. What a weird experience analyzing this show has been.
Yeah, watching it for the second time was really strange.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think when, we each finished it independently of each other. And
You mean the first time that we watched
yeah.
it? Yeah.
And I think we both came away with similar opinions of like, this was very cool and worth talking about,
Yeah, most def.
but was certainly flawed and wasn't perfect.
Right.
Like that's probably where I sat the first time through.
Yeah.
The second time through, it just crumbled.
100%.
Like,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is actually a bad show.
Yeah, that is what happened. Like when we watched The Matrix back in talkies, we watched Matrix 1 and 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking 2 and 3 were great, right? When I was younger, I loved those movies.
Yeah.
But then watching it again, and they're in the same room with you guys, and I'm like, oh no.
These
Well,
are actually pretty bad.
these are pretty bad. The
Yeah.
same exact thing happened with this show.
Yeah.
And I didn't even have to be in a room with anyone. It was just, why did I like this? It's
Yeah.
probably because it was a brand new IP. Because I was reading the book at the same time
Yeah.
as watching the show. So afterwards, at least.
There's something about first impression
Yeah.
that is really beautiful and useful, but also can, I think it could be your worst enemy as a filmmaker.
Yeah. It's interesting. I wonder going forward about our other shows that we're going to watch. Mm-hmm. If they're going to tread, because we're going to watch them fresh
Yeah.
and talk about them as our first impression.
Yeah. Maybe.
I wonder what this one would have been like if this was a different.
I think that this is a very similar phenomenon to what we've experienced doing the talkies with movies. There's a lot of films that we've covered that really held up to analysis,
Right.
right? Whereas and a lot of the movies we cover on the talkies we watch more than once.
Yeah. Yeah.
We did that several times.
Yeah.
And the truly good movies, they hold up. It doesn't matter
They do. Yeah.
that you watch it a second time.
Yeah.
And in fact, the truly good ones, you see things the second time you didn't see the first time that actually make it even better.
That's the thing right there. A
Right.
lot of times every time we watch a movie that was good, and we're just like, you watch it the second time and you're like, oh, it's better. Oh, it's great. I love this.
Yeah.
It's usually much better the second time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the fact that if something falls apart that easily on the second watch,
Right.
it says more bad than good.
Sure. Yeah.
That's not a good thing.
Yeah. And there's been shows, that I'll watch, over and over, like freaking Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
You watch that the second time, you're just like, yes.
I can watch Breaking Bad the rest of my life.
Right.
I could watch season 1 of Heroes
Yeah. Yeah.
over and over again.
I could watch season 1, 2, and 3 Game of Thrones over and over.
Sure.
Freaking the beginning of Lost I like a whole lot.
I could watch season 1 of Firefly, which is the only season of Firefly.
Right, sure. Severance is really good.
Yeah.
Hint, hint,
Yeah, we might cover that someday.
hint,
We'll see.
hint.
We'll see. Anyway, we will do one more episode on Three Body Problem.
Yeah, we'll put this to bed.
Yeah, we will do a post-mortem
Post-mortem, yeah.
on Three Body Problem, and that'll wrap this up, put this to bed, and then we'll be moving on to a new show.
Yep.
Cool.
Very nice.
Well, until next time, goodbye.
No, I'm D. Goodbye.
They know who you are.
Oh, okay.
They know who you are, T.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Until next time, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Look, I just want to make not safe for work images with my AI.
Who doesn't want
Am I
that?
asking too much?
Who doesn't want that?
Okay.
I'm glad I started recording there. Listen.
I've never been able to make anything that was worth hiding from people at work, honestly.
You're not using the right things.
I'm trying. I'm like, I should just go get naked and take pictures of myself.
Dude, one of the weirdest things that I created with AI was a fat person doing a backflip into a pool.
Okay.
Because I thought, we don't see photos of that, so why don't I try that?
Sure.
And it was weird. The fucking the body parts were in strange places, and it's just like this flesh thing that's over a pool.
Oh my God.
It was weird.
Why was it so hard for it to imagine a fat person?